the task to get in there. He's got to train a little bit more. So he sends her to this guy's house, like he's like in a different world, world of the guy that has the thing that he needs. It's a long title for a planet,
Sure.
but it's also accurate as far as I remember.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? This is Zach
And Allie.
with the Nerd Cave. Hope that you're having an awesome week. This is our awesome show called,
As far as I can remember.
and as far as I can remember, we've had 5 episodes so far.
Yes. This
Yeah.
is episode 6.
This would be episode 6. We've been going through the Harry Potter books.
Going through the Bane series.
Going through the Bane series. We're on the last book.
Yeah,
of the
wrapping up
series.
Bane today.
And we'll continue on. Like, we'll start a new series in place of Bane.
Mm-hmm.
We'll finish up Harry Potter, and then we'll start up another series after that.
Yeah.
So that way, it's like you kind of getting all the stuff.
Yeah, getting all of it.
Getting all the stuffs and everything. So, without further ado, before I do that, though, if you want to hear us talk about something, let us know in the comments below. Also, let us know how accurate we are.
Yeah.
Because in the gist of the show, we're 100%.
We're 100% accurate in the show. Outside of the show, maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not. But that's the fun part of it.
Yeah.
So let us know what you think. Let us know what you want us to talk about. And we'd love to hear how close or how far we are. Because I know with the Bane stuff, I've been making some cool stuff up.
It's one of those, because the other books from Harry Potter, I started to reread the first one a few years ago, but I didn't finish it. I got like at best halfway through.
Yeah.
But the other ones I haven't read in like maybe like 8-ish years, in at best 6. So I'm like, ooh no, especially when we get to like 5. Ooh boy, because there's so much stuff that happens. So like I'm like.
So let us know down in the comments below, and you can tell us a tale as well.
Yeah. Let us know what you can remember, as far as you can remember.
All right, so Bane, Book 3, titled Dynasty of Evil.
Because we just left off with them learning how to get to the core, or how to get the information to get to the core.
Yes,
There it is.
information to get to you. So, Darth Bane, they've established like himself and everything. He has this very large mansion on a planet. Him and Zannah live in the mansion and
That's
everything.
dope.
People think
It's
like
like
he's
evil Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like they think he's just like some kind of like shipping, like he's like in some sort of
Some business.
That's where he's made all his fortune. It's mostly from murder and all of that. Evil force user. So Bane is like trying to consolidate power, trying to gain more knowledge. So before like he like sends Zannah on the task to get in there, he's got to train a little bit more. So he sends her to this guy's house, like he's like in a different world, world of the guy that has the thing that he needs. It's a long title for a planet.
Sure.
But it's also accurate as far as I remember.
Yeah.
So like she goes and she's trying to like woo him. She's probably 25 at this point.
Oh, okay. So we've got a lot of time going on.
Had some time to really progress, in the story and everything. Bane's older at this point.
Right.
The obelisk have really done a number on his actual body. He's a little bit slower than he was, but he's still very powerful.
Sure.
I just remember the very first chapter. It talks like he's like walking around like in the middle of the night, like barefoot in his like house or whatever, and it's talking about like his feet hitting the concrete and how it like feels and all of this. I very vividly remember like the very first chapter, because me and my friend Trevor, we were driving, and like it's the first day, is the day the book came out, and me and him were like big on the series. And like I was reading it as he was driving like through it, and every time like it would get to the end of a sentence, I'd be like, sensuality. And he was like, I have to read the whole first chapter over again just to get what's
Right.
I'm like, but you'll never forget sensuality.
Attitude.
So he sends Zannah off to planet with a guy that has the thing that he needs
Right.
to woo him or get it, steal it, whatever. He doesn't really care. And he has a Sith holocron that he needs to learn more and get more powerful. So she gets there, and Bane's like, he's not really 100% sure if he is like a Force user or whatever, but he's just like this collector, and he's like really eccentric and all of this, but he's this collector. And Zannah like baits him into, like, you know, describing all that he has, and all of this kind of gains his confidence. Like, he thinks he's like getting in with Zannah and all of this. Again, she's a little bit older, you know, she's a developed woman, you know, she's using her womanly traits to woo and, you know, manipulate. But he's got like all these guards, like he's got all these like really trained guards and everything. And like he ain't budging on giving the goods. He wants her to give up the goods.
Right, but he's not willing to give anything in return.
Yeah, exactly. So she's like, all right, I'm done with this. And just starts murdering everybody. Like double bladed lightsaber. You know, heads rolling, you know, all that. And then she gets to the guy and she's like, I've been dealing with your crap. I'm tired of your crap. I'm taking everything and I'm killing you. And he's like, oh, no. Dead.
Very good.
I'm just like,
Yeah, girl.
Yeah. You get it, Zannah. So she gets the holocron. She gets a few other things she doesn't tell Bane about, because now, like, she's at the point where she thinks she's pretty powerful.
She could surpass him.
That she might be ready to challenge the Master. So she get back to the planet that they live on and everything, and she's, you know, talking with Bane, giving him the stuff and everything, and they're conversing. And he goes and starts studying the holocron, and he's learning more. He's, you know, gaining more knowledge, and he's like, okay, you handled this situation well. He's like, it's time to put you to the test. I need you to go to the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, and you're going to pretend to be this Padawan that is going to be, you know, as far as I remember, I think he killed this Padawan, but they didn't know that.
Right. So she's taking on someone's identity.
Yeah. So, you know, she makes herself up to look like this Padawan and everything, and she goes to Coruscant. And from there, she gets to the Jedi Temple. She, you know, makes her way into the library and everything, and she is doing some research, and she's finding out how the hyperspace map to get into the core and everything.
Yes.
And all the while, like, some red flags are going up for the Jedi. Like, there's this very powerful Sith in their midst. Like, there's some red flags going on, because they've been hearing stories of, you know, a Sith somewhere out there in the galaxy and everything. So they're like, okay, something's up. You know, there's this Padawan that we haven't heard anything from for a while. So they start piecing things together. Zannah finds the information. She starts hightailing out of there.
Right.
She thankfully gets it out of the Jedi Temple before she's found. But they go to the console and find out what she was looking up. And they find the map to get to the core. And they're like, okay, something's up. So, Lady Jedi named Sifo-Dyas. Yeah, because I totally didn't steal that from episode 2 of the Jedi that made the
absolutely
clone
not. Absolutely not. It's Sifo-Dyas.
Yeah, Sifo-Dyas. She gets this whole band of Jedi Knights and Jedi Masters, from Athorians to, you know, humans, to just the range, like, very, very powerful. She's like, something going down.
Right.
Something's going down. So Zannah gets back to the planet. She rendezvous. There we go. With Bane, and she's like, okay, I'm just going to see where we're at with all of this. You know, she's like, what's going on? to clue me in what we're doing and all of that. And apparently, at the core, there is some untapped Force knowledge in this temple. There's a temple at the core that he's wanting to get into so he can further his knowledge and grow more powerful. And what he's trying to learn is how to transfer his essence into another body.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Like when it's just his essence, it just means like his force power. So that way, like that power just keeps getting stronger and stronger.
his power, but also like his mind. So like he can take over that body.
Okay. That's
So
what
he
I was
can-
trying to figure out where.
So he can take over that body and continue living. So he's
Right.
always like he's trying to continually live.
Mm-hmm.
So she doesn't know that yet.
Right.
So they go to the core. You know, it's a treacherous journey and everything. It's him and Zannah. No. As far as I remember, it was just him.
Okay.
Because he didn't want her to know what the knowledge was.
Right.
So Zannah, while he's traveling, she on her journeys had found another Force user and starts training her as her apprentice. She's a very formidable opponent. She's very good in combat and everything. She's a little younger in the Force type deal, but she's about to make her play when Darth Bane gets back to take his spot. So she's training her. She's, getting ready to make the play because both of them are going to make the play together.
Right.
So that's all happening as he's like traveling because this is a very long trip into the core and everything because like the hyperspace routes aren't like where you're jumping. It's like you have to travel them in real time because if you jump and you jump wrong,
you'll get like the black hole. Yeah.
You get sucked in a black hole and you're done. So he's traveling through, but at the same time, the Jedi are coming after him.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets to the core, he finds the holocron, he starts studying it, and that's when the Jedi show up.
Mm-hmm. And
this is like 1 against 7.
Right.
Like Jedi Masters against the Sith Lord. Like it's on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, it's on
Donkey Kong. Wow. They just come in. Wow. Like,
let me boop that nose. Let me boop that nose.
And Cypher Diaz, she's like, hey, bro, we know you're a Sith. Like, let's just, come with us. We don't have to fight. You get to live. We can't have Sith. Like, this ain't part of it anymore. Like, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Bane being Bane.
It's like, no.
Encased in obelisk armor that cannot be killed. He's like, yeah, we ain't about that life.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes on the offensive, and he's just a force to be reckoned with. Again, this guy literally moved a planet. Moved a planet. So he's fighting. He's just cracking heads. Like he's, just doing all of this kind of stuff. The Authorian, now the Authorians are the ones that look like hammerhead sharks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He has a power, like he uses his the sound that he makes from his body to as far as I remember to weaken his foe or whatever.
Okay.
It's like a kind of like a battle meditation type deal. Mm-hmm. So he's doing that, and Darth Bane's just kicking butt left and right. One of them encases Bane with himself in there, like the Jedi and Bane in there, in a ball, and to kind of contain him and try to kill one-on-one, just try to
right.
Stupid. He being stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So Bane, being a Sith Lord, he's like, oh, I'll just fry you with lightning. So he starts to frying with lightning, but the lightning is bouncing
ricocheting,
all over this and it electrocutes the obelisk.
Oh.
So the obelisk, they start dying on Bane's body. And like I said,
when they die, the poison.
They start poisoning the body. He dispatches all the rest of the Jedi, kills them all and everything, takes the holocron that he was looking for, the knowledge and everything, and he knows that he's going to die. He knows from these obelisks poisoning him, he's going to die. He's got to get to somewhere that can heal him.
Right.
So he goes back to the farmer that I mentioned in the last one to take care of him. As far as I remember, that farmer was in book 2.
It makes sense.
In the show, it's in book 2, but I'm pretty sure it's in book 1. But as far as
as far as we remember, it's book 2.
So he makes his way back there. Zannah, of course, has been training, getting ready for the day, but it's been a while. Like, she hadn't heard anything about it. She's, checking all the normal places that Bane has been, would visit or whatever. Bane gets to the farmer and everything, and he's worse for wear. Like, he's almost dead. And he gets there, and he's like, "You're going to heal me." And the guy's like, "No." He's like, "I am not healing you." He's like, "You're going to heal me." He's like, "No, I'm not." He's like, I did it once, and I'm not doing it again because you're a blight on the galaxy.
Right.
And he was like, well, little did Bane know, the farmer had sent his daughter off-world, so there was no leverage there for the farmer. So Bane's at a loss. Bane doesn't know what to do to, like, get this farmer to heal him.
Mm-hmm.
So he devises a plan. And as far as I remember, this is what happens.
Yes.
He gets an Acme bullet train, sends it across the universe, yells Kamehameha, and the farmer, like, for some odd reason, agrees to heal him. And as far as I remember, I know that this is in the book. Bane chops somebody up and puts
Who does he chop up?
Jimmy Stewart.
Okay, Jimmy Stewart
is back from book 1.
Right.
And puts him in this old man's pot that he stews up and eats out of or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
Yeah, as far as you can remember, that's what happens.
That happens. But the train, the Kamehameha, yeah, he was just like, this is crazy. He's like, I've got to heal this guy. So the guy starts operating. He's taking off the obelisk off of Bane's body, and the poison has literally been acidic to his skin. There's it's awful looking, and he's pulling them off. He's getting rid of them, and it's all of them, not just one, but all of them have been killed. And he's healing him through all of this. And from the second book, when Zannah becomes part of his thing, this planet was somewhere that Bane stayed at one point, but she didn't know about the farmer.
Right.
So she comes to that planet. She's like, he's got to be here. I've searched everywhere. Her apprentice is with her, Cornelius. Yeah, her apprentice, Cornelius, which is a girl.
Yes, that's
making
fine.
sure everybody knows that this is a female character here, Cornelius. As far as I remember, it does start with a C, so her name is Cornelius.
Her name is Cornelius.
So they find the farmer, and she's, Bane's been there probably a few weeks. He's getting he's getting better, but he's not 100%. So perfect time to strike, of course. Mm-hmm. She doesn't know that he's sick. So she finds the farm, and the farmer is just like, man, all of these Sith just showing up on my door. He's like, you're a bad person too.
Yeah.
He just runs off into the sunset, lives happily ever after.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as I remember, she murders him.
Okay.
That's just how she rolls.
That's how it'll be.
So Darth Bane comes out, and he's like, Zannah, what are you doing? And she's like, the time has come. Mm-hmm. You've outlived your purpose, blah, 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 blah. She doesn't know about
the thing.
The thing yet. And since he's been getting older, he's had this tick in his hand.
Right.
So he his grip and everything, he can't hold a lightsaber as well. It's always some kind of it's his pinky is always weird. So he's not as formidable as he used to be. So they start going at it. And for Bane, she notices that he doesn't have his obelisk armor, so she's like, this is a win-win here. Like, this is going to be way easier.
Right.
And she also, like, she can tell that he's weaker, so she's like, this is the perfect time.
Right.
So they fight. And this is like 3 chapters long, this fight. And this is just the gorgeous thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like also sad because like that this is like the end of this awesome trilogy. But anyway, I digress. Yes. The bro, like he's doing it, man. He's making it happen. He's, even in his more advanced age and like him being, just the whole obelisk thing and poisoned and all of that, like he's holding her off. But he knows.
Yeah.
He knows.
Mm-hmm.
So he starts the incantation to switch bodies.
Mm.
And Zannah doesn't know what he's doing.
Right.
And they continue to fight. And then she strikes down Darth Bane and kills him.
Right.
And they search the place, see if there's anything that, has been left. They, get his ship and all of this. And as the book closes, we see Zannah become the master. Mm-hmm. And Cornelius is now an official apprentice and not just,
a secret hush-hush.
Yeah, a secret hush-hush apprentice. And as Cornelius is walking away to get on the ship, you see Cornelius' hand start twitching.
Oh.
And that's how the book ends.
Oh, into Cornelius. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. That's awesome.
Yeah. So there's a lot of like fan theory, like did it actually happen, or is that just a remnant of Bane and everything? But the way it's hinted and everything.
Is that supposed to be he went to Cornelius?
Yeah, body? Like it's hinted, but like nobody 100% knows.
Right.
But I like to believe that he went into Cornelius. But yeah, like,
that was awesome. That's a good ending.
Yeah, that was just an awesome ending. Like Drew Karpyshyn is a master at like crafting a good story. Mm-hmm. Like he did like all the Mass Effect games, like except for Andromeda, he didn't write it. But he did like those. He also was like the lead writer for BioWare for a very long time.
Oh, okay.
So just amazing writer. And if you want to check it out, I know I just gave the ending away,
but still, like there's still so much. I'm sure that
Oh yeah, there's way more details.
There's like all the little nitty gritty details and
yeah, the things that I definitely did not cover that convey the whole story.
That you absolutely remembered though. Yeah, we just didn't have time.
In the context of the show, I'm 100% right.
Absolutely correct.
But if you want to check out the source material, it is down in the links below. You can get physical copies, you can get Audible copies, all of that awesome stuff. Love to get a chat with everybody about Darth Bane, because now that I've finished the third, as far as I remember, that's right?
Sure.
As far as I can remember. Yes. Yeah. I keep putting can out of it. I'm just like, no more. I'm going to be re-listening to them. Right. Just so I can like, oh yeah, that's definitely what happened. Like, yeah. I'll even go in my comment section.
Like, wow, you got this completely wrong.
But there you go. If you enjoyed it, let me know, let Allie know, and you can become a part of the Bro Army.
The Bro Army?
Dumble Bros Army.
Yeah, Dumble Bros Army. So good.
But let us know if you want anything remembered.
Yes.
And if it, like we've said at the beginning of the show, if it's something we haven't watched, read, or played,
we'll don't think that we're ignoring you. It'll just take us a little bit to get around to it just because of the nature of the show. We have to let it become a distant memory before we can talk about it.
A tale as old as time.
Just kidding, copyright strike.
Disney. Yeah, I've made fun of Disney so much in this series.
Yeah. Then we're going to get a knock on the door like, cease and desist from Disney.
It's like Mickey Mouse.
All right, you guys better stop.
What was that earlier? It was like, what?
Oh, what happened?
What happened?
Yeah, it's from the like little like the new like Mickey Mouse shorts, whatever. Like Minnie's on the ground and he's like, and like this dramatic music, and he goes over. He's just like, what happened?
So let us know what you think. Share it with somebody, and we'll keep making awesome stuff. Support us. Yeah. We'll support you with laughter and humor and tales of wonderful mystical thing.
Yes.
This has been. Oh yeah, you can follow us on all of these things like
No,
lower thirds and all that.
busy.
Yeah, follow that. We've got streams, all that good stuff. But we love you. This has been Zach.
And Allie.
Have a great day.